Many people are trying to extend the life of their fruits and vegetables to avoid extra trips to the grocery store these days.
Registered dietitian Jen Belanger joins us now with her useful tips. Check it out.
Hi everyone, it's Jen Belanger, registered dietitian. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are talking about extending the life of your produce. A problem many of us have been having since the COVID-19 pandemic is produce going bad in our fridge before we can use it. So I'm here to remedy that for you today. Many people are only getting to the grocery store once every couple of weeks. I know for us, we're only getting there about once every 2 weeks. And so while we want to buy as much produce as we can at that point, we just know we're not going to use all of that during that 2-week time. So what can we do? So today I'm going to show you how to blanch and freeze fresh vegetables. Today I'm doing broccoli. This method would also work for green beans or asparagus. So here in this bowl I have some broccoli florets that I have cut up. So I started with a head of broccoli, which I actually submerged in cold water just to remove any dirt or bugs that could be in there. And then I cut it up into little florets like this. They're small. I kind of went by the smallest piece of broccoli on there to gauge how big I cut my florets. You want them all to kind of be around the same size so that they will cook evenly. I also cut up the broccoli stems. Now these, many people just discard, but they have so much nutrition and flavor and they really add more bulk to your vegetables. So you actually want to be using those. So what I did do is cut off those broccoli stems, and I did cut them in half just to make them kind of match the size of the floret. And I'm going to show you what to do with these. I did cut off the very bottom edge of the broccoli where it looks kind of yucky on the bottom, and we are going to get rid of that. But the rest of the broccoli is fair game to use.
So I'm over at my stove now. I have a medium-sized pot here, about 2/3 filled with water, and this is boiling already. So to save some time, I have it pre-boiled. So I'm adding my broccoli right in here, right to the boiling water. So what we're doing here is blanching. These are gonna boil for about 3 minutes. So we're not completely cooking the broccoli. What we're doing is called parboiling it. And what this does is it will help retain the color and the nutrients of the broccoli while it's being stored in your freezer. And we actually wanna boil this covered. I'm gonna just give this a quick little mix here just to get it kind of agitated and going again. So we're going to start counting 3 minutes. While this is cooking, I'm going to tell you about some vegetables that I have found that last well in the fridge. So carrots last forever in the fridge, so those are a good one to have on hand right now. I personally have found that radishes and beets keep really well in my fridge. They last a long time. So if those aren't vegetables that you're commonly using already, maybe it's time to try something new. Also, potatoes and onions, those last quite a while, but you actually don't want to store them next to each other. What happens is they both release gases that will cause each other to spoil. So we've actually made that mistake here before ourselves, storing our potatoes and onions next to each other, and our onions start to sprout and our potatoes start to get a little not great quality. One last tip I have for you. I don't have any in front of me because I used all my celery for a recipe today, but if you have wilty celery in your fridge that just doesn't look like it's, it's on its last leg, what you can actually do is take a cup of water like this, or even a flower vase, and you can chop off the end of the celery to give it kind of some fresh opening there. Put it in the water, and that will help restore, it's called turgor, the turgor of the vegetable, meaning it will stand up straight and be nice and crisp and fresh again. The celery will absorb some of that water so that it's good as new. So it's been 3 minutes now, so I'm going to turn off my burner, remove the cover from my boiling broccoli, and I'm going to take a strainer scoop just like this, and what we're going to do is immediately scoop this hot broccoli into an ice bath. So here I have a bowl of cold water and ice. What this does is it immediately stops the cooking process so that we don't end up with a mushy or kind of ugly colored green broccoli. And this is going to sit in the ice bath for the same amount of time that our broccoli was cooking in the boiling water, so 3 minutes. And what's naturally going to happen here is the hot broccoli is going to warm up this water. So what you can do is have some extra ice on hand and sort of keep adding ice and use this to stir it around so that you're keeping the cold water sort of evenly distributed in here. So this is going to sit in our ice bath for 3 minutes, and then we're going to dry it off and freeze it. So my broccoli has cooled in the ice bath for 3 minutes, and now I just have a clean kitchen towel. I've scooped all the broccoli out with my scooper onto this clean towel, and I'm just going to dry it off. And look at this awesome color. It's so bright green and beautiful. And this is why sometimes we dietitians say that frozen vegetables or produce is even better than fresh sometimes, because when they freeze produce on a larger scale, they flash it, they flash cook it like this, and they freeze it while it's at its peak freshness, so you get really bright, beautiful vegetables. So I have all this here dried on here. Now I just have a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. I'm going to move this over, and what we're going to do is just dump this broccoli onto the parchment paper and spread it out in a nice even layer. We're going to pop this in the freezer for about an hour or two. We don't want any of these broccoli pieces touching, so we want to make sure that they're not touching each other. We're going to pop this in the freezer for an hour or two to kind of initially freeze it. Then we're going to transfer it into a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. And what the initial freezing on the baking sheet does is it allows the broccoli to freeze, but when you put it in the Ziploc bag, the pieces aren't going to stick to each other. So when you go to use it in the future, 6 months or a year from now, you'll have broccoli that's not all stuck together in a frozen mess. And there you have it. I hope you found these tips helpful, and you will have no more worries about what to do with your fresh produce. As long as we're still in this pandemic, stay safe.